The price of Bitcoin is moving all the way to the upside gradually. So will this move upward into this very area? Because that is very important. And I just gave this signal right here for futures trading. Okay, BTC USDT long position. We have the entry right here. We have the take profit target at this point and the sell at this very area. Of course, 3x to 5x leverage, and you must risk what you can afford to lose. Very important. So with this market move from where it is within our entry point around this very area all the way to our target at this very point, very important. So I will be discussing this in detail in this very video and why we took that trade on the Telegram channel. Very important. Watch this video gradually. And on Ethereum at this very point, we entered a trade yesterday, and you can see it right here on the Telegram channel as well. Look at it at this very point. Very important. So we took this trade yesterday. Spot ETH USDT buy position. Look at the entry at this very point. We have the take profit at this very area. And there's a SL. Of course, you risk what you can afford to lose. And right now, market has moved all the way to this very area, more than half profit or something like that to this very point, which means markets still have capacity of moving upward in my opinion. But this very move, as you can see right now, have a lot of limitation. I'll be discussing this in detail in this video as well. Pay attention. And if you look at the price of Bloom, look at it, market move upward, hit our targets, okay, where we took this trade from around this very area, hit our target, come back down. So there is a potential entry opportunity that I'm seeing on this very chart right now that is coming on board, and a possible trade will be given on the Telegram channel as well. And I'll be discussing Pi. If you watch my immediate last video yesterday on Pi, I said that the market is going to come back down, okay, to this very area and grab liquidity. Exact same thing happen right here. Market come back down, grab liquidity. So what next? Will this market move from here to this very area, or we're going to see the market come back down a little bit before the final move all the way to the upside? Let's discuss all of this in detail in this very video. So the first thing here is the price of Bitcoin. Very important, because once you begin to see the price of Bitcoin begin to climb gradually all the way to the upside, there is always hope in the markets for all that crypto to begin to move all the way to the upside as well, and that is very important. So from here, I am expecting that the market move gradually upward, not with aggressive momentum. I don't see aggressive momentum right now in the market, but market is going to move sluggishly in my opinion, okay, approaching this very area, and it will possibly hit our target. So we took this very trade just few minutes ago, long position around this very area, okay, around this very point, within $118,000 to 118,300, and then our target is at this very point of 122,000. okay. It's just a short position, okay, very little trade, 1 to 1.5 risk reward ratio. This is very important. So market, in my opinion, from this very point is going to move all the way to this very area, even though we don't see a new all-time high. But I believe from what I am seeing right now on price action that the markets have capability of moving upward, and I am not expecting an aggressive drop all the way to the downside. Of course, that is always a possibility on price action, okay, everything is possible on price action. But from now, I am not expecting the market to go down aggressively. Of course, the possibility of the market coming back down and take us out of the market, that is hitting our stop loss at this very point, is there. But market, in my opinion, will not go down below this very point of $114,000. And this is what you need to expect, okay? Market can drop down before the final move all the way to the upside. And if you are in this very position, this very long position right here on the Telegram channel on features, please, you have to set your stop loss right, and it should be isolated margin, very important. So from this very area, my opinion is for the market to move upward, hit our target before we see any correction back to the downside, and then the next move upward. This is what you need to pay attention to, and this is what I am expecting on this very price action. BTC USDT for our chart. And if you want to take this trade or this kind of trade with us, anytime we take this kind of trade, join the Telegram channel right now. Link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. Join right now. And if you look at Ethereum, at this very point, we took this trade right here, and the market come back down aggressively. Some person thought the market is going to go against us. Of course, market can go against any person in the market, and that is just normal. In as much as you are setting your target are right, your stop loss are right, and enter at the very right time, because timing is very, very important in the market. If you don't know how to time the market right, you may be wrong why the market is going to still move in your direction. So this is very important. So this trade is already in more than half profit target, and the market is still going to move upward, in my opinion, from this very point to the upside. Okay, our target is at this very point of $3,270. This is what I am expecting on this very price action. Market should continue a little bit, okay, and then we are going to see the market come back down. Of course, momentum is dying down from this very area. Momentum is coming down, and for the fact that momentum is coming down, that is why I said we should close half. If you look at the Telegram channel right here, I said close half profit and move elsewhere to break even at $3,062, because that is our highest point of entry. If you look at this signal right here, this was the highest point of entry right here, and this is the lowest point of our entry. So that is why we need to shift SL to break even and collect half profit, because if you look at this very trade, it is covered that market has already moved more than half into our target. And this is very important. If you want to take trade like this, like I said earlier, join the Telegram channel. Very important. It's absolutely free. You'll be getting free signals, free on-chain data, free fundamental analysis and technical analysis as well. All of these free in the Telegram channel. So what I am expecting on ETH is for price to move upward, of course with dull momentum, except we just see something very crazy happen in the market, which is a possibility as well, and market can go back down and hit us out of this very entry position, because we've already collected half profit and move elsewhere to this very area. So this is what you need to pay attention to right now if you are on this trade. And if you look at Blum, at this very point, it's looking very, very good in my opinion. If you've seen this very price action that looks very choppy like this, sometimes the pump is always very aggressive to the upside. Okay, very, very aggressive. When you see price being very choppy like this and having a lot of wicks all the way to the upside or to the downside, it means that if you can really time the market, and after that accurate timing, you enter a position and wait for that pump to happen. Of course, it can happen downward or upward, but for a buy position, always all the way to the upside, and that is what I'm expecting right here. Market should come back down a little bit, and of course, if market come back down into this very area that we took that position from on Bloom, I am expecting a trade from this very area. That's very important, and don't miss out on that very trade, because I'm going to definitely give it once I see signals and confirmation of my entry. I'm going to definitely give this very trade on the Telegram channel, just like the trade we took around this very area. Market hit our target, very important. So I'm expecting that the market come back down a little bit, okay, into this very area. Once I see that and I observe that liquidity is satisfied within this very point, once liquidity satisfaction is guaranteed, then market is going to 90% pump all the way to the upside, and this area as well is going to be our target. So this is very important thing you need to pay attention to on the Bloom price action. Expect market to dump a little bit, in my opinion, before the next move all the way to the upside. This is what you must have to pay attention to if you really want to be in the right direction of the market on Bitcoin, ETH, and Bloom. And of course, if you come to the price of Pi, if you watch my immediate last video yesterday on this channel, market was at this very point, and I was expecting market to just shift a little bit to the downside, grab liquidity from this very point. Exact same thing happened as predicted. This is amazing. So from this very point, what next for the market? What next? what you should be expecting right now is very, very simple. I can tell you this market have capacity because of this liquidity grab. And if this candle forming right now, look at it right here. If this candle forming right now, this very bullish candle forming right now, if it close bullish, listen attentively. If it close bullish and it close above this very area right here of 0.448, if it close above 0.448447, then this market have high capability of moving into this very area. This is very important. Now, I'm not saying you should take a position, but this is one of the most accurate way I do my confirmation and entry trigger. Okay, this is a very critical part of price action that will allow you to enter your trade with high degree of promptness and accuracy. So this is what you need to pay attention to right now. Let me repeat myself. From this very area, you see this candle forming right now, this very bullish candle. If it close bullish, okay, above this very area, okay, of 0.448, 0.447 within that very area, then market is going to gradually move all the way to the upside, in my opinion. This is very important. And of course, it can come back down after it achieved that target, okay, but 80-90% it's going to move all the way to the upside. And if market break here, of course, I may give a trade signal on Pi USDT for our chart. Is a probability trade, okay? I may consider giving a trade if market breakout on this level of important resistance. So of course, if that breakout happen, market is going to approach this level and then possibly come back down before the final move all the way to the upside. This is what you need to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market on Pi USDT for our chart. And if you come to coin market cap and you look at the global crypto market capitalization, you discover that the global crypto market cap right now is sitting at $3.71 trillion. But we saw yesterday at 3.63 trillion dollars. So there is a bit little liquidity flowing back into the market as a result of the fact that Bitcoin is climbing back upward. We've seen Ethereum making significant move as well. So definitely I am expecting that this very global crypto market cap keep climbing all the way to the upside. And if you look at this very trending coin right here, Ethereum is leading the way all the way to the upside with 6.39% upward. We've seen other coins right here as well making little move all the way to the upside. And one important thing we need to pay attention to is this very information from President Trump few hours ago. And why this is important, because this Genius Act is going to really impact on crypto prices. I mean, positive impact now. And yesterday, the bill failed to get that procedural vote. But right now, President Trump is assuring us that he has gotten the vote after he met with 11 to 12 congressmen and women that was necessary for the bill to get that procedural vote to pass. If they pass this bill, I believe strongly that it will have a greater positive impact in the crypto market. And this is just like very similar to Fed cutting rates. We know that the next Fed interest rate decision and FOMC meeting is on the 31st of this very month, July 2025. Now, if they mistakenly cut rates, let me repeat myself, if they mistakenly cut rates this very month, then we're going to see a very sporadic increase in the price of crypto, especially altcoins, because what that means is people can now borrow at a lower interest rate compared to what it is right now, between 4.25 to 4.50 basic points. So if they cut rate to 4 basic points, it will be very amazing. And further rate is going to come if they cut rate this very month. Of course, the inflation data that came out yesterday was a little bit higher than expected. Market is going to react to that today, tomorrow, and throughout this week. Pay attention to all of this to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for all that crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment to receive signal, on-chain data, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis. All of this, join right now, link in the description. It is a free channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.